right, good day, hi and welcome. All right, I got shit all over the road. Well, that's kind of normal around here. Climbing this big old hill. A full tank of gas makes it harder to climb the hill, but whatever. Okay, reliable trucks. You know, for you guys out there that are like me, just starting to work your trucks. I mean, well, I've been doing it now for 2 seasons. But before that, I had the van, and then I had, which was a good work vehicle, don't get me wrong, great contractor vehicle, especially those of you who are always hauling tools, but not a lot of lumber and stuff, or, you know, big stuff. Vans are great for that. If you're a painter, every painter uses a Honda Civic for some reason. They buy a beater Honda Civic, it's enough to haul their paint cans, they strap a ladder to the roof and hope they don't run into stuff. And yeah, good for them. But if you're going to use a truck for work, which is about really, in this kind of economy and fuel prices, it's about the only way to truly justify having a truck. Now, the guys that buy the pavement princesses and stuff like that, the bro-dozers, whatever, spend, you know, 100 grand, $250,000 on their truck, good on you, happy for you. Keeping the economy going. I have nothing against those guys at all, because those guys they're our friends. Why? Because their trucks, is that a moose? It's a dead moose. Oh, what a shame. Oh, it's all bloated too. Oh, I wonder if it was, well, it's moose in season. I wonder if it got shot and just died there. Oh, that sucks. Oh, all that steak. Oh, I could cry. I could cry. Poor moose. Yeah, once the ravens are on it, it's all bloated up like that, then you know it's been dead for a little while. I hope nobody hit that. Yeah, I don't think anybody hit it, because, you know, it'd be splat all over. Sorry, a bit of a distraction. You definitely don't want to hit a moose. That's a big no-no. Deer are bad enough. Moose, yeah, that's the end of your life if you hit the moose, especially when that was a big moose too. Well, bloated up and all. So what was I saying? Yeah, so the guys that buy the bro-dozers, the more expensive trucks, the guy that buy new trucks, eventually those are the hand-me-down trucks. You know what I mean? That's guys that, you know, like, until those guys buy the new trucks, we can't afford the old trucks, right? And at some point, you get an old vehicle, and there's a cutoff point of it's for the scrapyard, or that you could it's still got life in it. This truck still, I think, has a lot of life in it, but it is getting to the point where I'm going to have to do some severe maintenance over the whole truck just to see what I got, which I haven't had a chance to do yet. Number one, I have to work outside, right? I don't have a garage. So that really throws a monkey wrench in my plan during the winter. I can't work on this vehicle in the winter because there's 4 to 6 feet of snow on it, right? And I just don't have a place to work on it. If I did, I would take everything apart, grease everything, do the maintenance that I gotta do. The problem I have in the summertime when I can work on it is it's the same problem with my bike. I'm working 5, 6, 7 days a week. Sometimes I work 10 days straight, whatever it is, I go whenever the work's there. And sometimes I have to tell my buddies, like, no, I just can't work today. I have to go get stuff done or I'm going to be out of a vehicle, right? I have to do my vehicle maintenance. People don't maintain their vehicles. They buy them new. You're lucky if they change the oil 3 times in it, right? Out of 10 years. That's most vehicles. You know what I mean? Truck guys do tend to take better care of their vehicles than most car people. Most car people, they go to the dealership till the warranty or whatever runs out, and then after about 5 years they stop changing the oil. You know, they might do it once a year, twice a year tops, right? Old vehicles, at least once a year, guys. You know, at least once a year. So I'm one of those guys that if you can maintain stuff and you have a place to work on stuff, and I'm not the only guy that does this. I know so many guys that bought trucks that were like, oh, it's done, that's it, there's no, you know, this is broke, that's broke. They get it home, they start tinkering with it, and it's like they get another 4 years or 5 years out of the damn thing, just because it's just things seized up and whatever, and you just got to bang it with a hammer sometimes. And the odd part needs to be replaced. Sometimes it's just a matter of a tune-up. People don't tune their engines up. I mean, name somebody with a Honda Civic that's not a tuner that has actually tuned their Honda Civic in the past 22 years. You know, and they don't. Once they're about 5-10 years old, people just let them go to hell, right? And then, oh, I got to get a new vehicle. I got to get a new vehicle. When it's like, if you were to spend the time or pay a mechanic to operate it, well, you'd get like my Honda CR-V, 20 years old. I mean, those things were low enough maintenance to begin with and all that good stuff. But what really kept them going is that my previous owner, well, not my previous owner, my cousin just, you know, drives it till it dies, but he couldn't kill it. I drove it till it died. I maintained it as best as I could, but I knew when to say when, you know, like what, like, you know, like how much money do you put into a vehicle? I could put 12 grand into this thing and make it completely immaculate, but is it worth it? You know what I mean? What can you get for 12 grand? I mean, I know I can buy a dually, diesel dually in the mid 2000s for 6 grand. I don't know what kind of condition it would be in, but probably get a couple of years out of it, right? So you just jump from truck to truck, make the money with one truck, drive it till it dies, and only put parts on if you have to. Well, you're gonna make a lot of money like that, but you're gonna go through a lot of trucks. The problem is by the time you make enough money to make a profit with your truck, here's what happens, is all that profit goes to buying just another truck and keeping it running. And I don't want to do that, right? So a little bit of an investment goes a long, long way. So if you're buying a used truck, assess what you have. If you don't know anything about mechanics at all, and you can't assess anything properly, that's okay. There's many people that you can pay to do that. And if you're a gearhead at all, there's many guys that'll do it. Your buddies will do it for free. I mean, beside the obvious, okay, brakes, rotors, tires, stuff like that. You know, is the transmission slipping? Is the, how's the alignment? On this one, the alignment's kind of funky, right? This truck is a little bit peg-legged. I don't know what my uncle truck did to it, but, oops, sorry, next one. But the, one axle seems to be a little bit bent. It's fine. It's just, it's a little peg-legged. When you're looking at it, it looks a little funky. But that's fine. You can hear my brake rotors rubbing in the back. I wouldn't get another truck before I'd replace brake rotors and calipers and stuff like that. Because if the truck is reliable, let's say you've been driving it for 2 or 3 years and you've done the compression check on it, the tranny's holding up, the rear diff is holding up, all that good stuff. Well, at that point, it's like, okay, maybe invest a little bit into it. And by investing, sometimes if you have an extra vehicle, you just park this vehicle and you go scavenge hunting through the scrapyards like I do, find wrecked vehicles that were wrecked early on in their, when they were built. Like if I could find a 2002, F-150 that, right now I've probably got 10 or 12 trucks to scavenge from. One that wasn't driven to death, but one that was like smashed up, so the body and all that's done, but all like the brakes and all that stuff is still, the pads are still good. Okay, they need a cleaning and a freshen up, but everything's still good and it's not all rusted out beyond belief. The motor's still good, everything's good. It's just it's a write-off from the insurance company because the frame's bent or this is bent or that's bent. Yeah, that's like a gold mine. You just pick it clean. Maybe you get $500 worth of parts for like $50 or something like that. Hunt around. You'd be surprised what's out there. Sometimes you'll just find a donor truck. You know what I mean? And it still runs and everything like that. It's just, it's off the road and there's nothing wrong with it, but okay, parts from this one will safety the other truck. Okay, fine. Other times you're just, and this would happen with my mini caravan. Shaking me apart here. Every time that shakes rust off this vehicle, it makes it more aerodynamic, just so you know. But it goes like this, you can get enough used parts sometimes that there's no point in buying new if you don't have to. It might cost you labor, your time to go get it. Now for guys that are tight cash like me, yeah, that's probably what you're gonna do. Guys that have the money rolling in, and I go in spurts where I have lots of money rolling in to where, I might only make like $60 a day or something like that. And then I got like months on end where I don't make anything pretty much throughout the winter, maybe 1 day or 2 days a week, and that's it. But once you get like a good flow of money where you can afford to pay a mechanic, and you have 2 trucks, one truck goes to the mechanic for maintenance. When that one's done, you drive that one, and then you take the other one. Maybe that'll be a good video. But anyway, just kind of, oh, I guess it rained here. Just kind of some food for thought there.